Retro French legend. The Renault 4 revival. Discover the charm, history, and timeless appeal of the Renault 4, France's beloved classic. This channel is dedicated to showcasing the legacy of the Renault 4, from its humble beginnings to its modern-day admirers. Explore detailed restorations, rare models, driving experiences, and fascinating facts about this automotive icon that defines simplicity and reliability for generations. Renault 4 Restoration Story. The evolution of the Renault 4. Driving a classic Renault 4 after 50 years. Why the Renault 4 was a French revolution on wheels. Top 10 facts about the Renault 4. Renault 4 vs Citroën 2CV, the ultimate classic rivalry. Inside the Renault 4. A timeless design. The Renault 4 that changed rural France. Rare Renault 4 models you've never seen. Renault 4 the people's car reborn. Renault 4 # classic cars # vintage Renault Renault 4 restoration # retro cars # French classic # old Renault # Renault history Renault 4 fans # classic car lovers # retro auto # Renault life # classic vehicle # Renault passion # Renault collection. Renault 4, classic cars, vintage Renault, Renault 4 restoration, retro cars, French classic, old Renault, Renault history, Renault 4 fans, classic car lovers, retro auto, Renault life, classic vehicle, Renault passion, Renault collection, old car enthusiast, timeless ride, car restoration, auto history, French engineering. Renault 4 classic car, Renault 4 restoration, Renault 4 vintage model, Renault 4 review, Renault 4 driving experience, Renault 4 documentary, Renault 4 vs 2CV, classic French cars, Renault 4 collection, old Renault car, Renault 4 history, Renault 4 enthusiasts, Renault 4 modifications, retro Renault 4 design, Renault 4 original model, Renault 4 legacy, classic Renault restoration, Renault 4 interior, Renault 4 evolution.